Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am just some dude on the internet, and we are continuing our playthrough of the Frank Fultz Chronicles and Project Zomboid Build 42 today. Really glad to have you. Our box of nails, I'm going to drop this on the ground right now. We do need to get 2 more planks, and I don't know if I have any in the car. Nope, we got the sleeping bags, the sledgehammer, all that. Okay, well, here's the perfect opportunity for us to get some logs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a hatchet that I got over here. We might as well start with the worn hatchet. We'll equip that in our primary. And while I'm at it, turn my phone on to focus mode. There we go. Cool. All right, so I've got the hatchet in hand. We are going to chop up these trees, or at least this tree that's sitting right here. And we're going to get ourselves some logs. And then from those logs, we can saw ourselves some planks. So if you take a look right here, you can see we have muscle strain. And that hatchet freaking broke, dude. Okay, let's get the other one that's not worn. All right, equip it in our primary. That was probably like the final swing that would have taken that thing out too. Yep. Okay, cool. We'll chop up these 3 trees. Should be enough for right now. We're going to build a door, and then we are going to start boarding up the windows. Kind of make our home a little bit more safe. Last thing I need is for someone to sneak in. And then with the wooden splinters and saplings and stuff like that, we're able to use them in the wooden stove for cooking. Yep, there's the hatchet head. The hatchet head broke off. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right, we will grab these 3 logs. We're just going to carry them over to the door. Now in here, did I bring the saw? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. All right, we are going to saw these logs. Our guy's a little bit thirsty. Yep, so you can see the exertion that we're experiencing. I definitely like having this little hood here, so I don't have to open this up. All right, we're going to speed this up. God damn, all that work for just sawing one of those logs. Okay, we're gonna saw the other ones. At least we get carpentry experience from sawing logs. All right, make sure nobody's around our house. All right, let's saw the final log that we got here. Bam. All right, put those planks on the ground. No need to hold on to them. Okay, we are going to open up the nails that we have. Let's grab it, open it up, and then we should get all the nails that we need. There is our 100 nails. Yep, there's our minor muscle strain. Okay, so now we are going to go into our building over here, and we're going to look up door. So we have a wooden door, must be placed in a door frame. Okay, so first we are going to build a wooden door frame. Curious as to why that one won't work. Just because there's... Okay, well, there technically is a door frame. Okay, so I guess we're good there. All right, building a standard door. Okay, this is, we need to have 4 planks. I think that problem is probably that I'm carrying too much. Hang on. Okay, let's put some of this stuff away. We've let this get a little bit crazy, and we should drink some water as well. And we still have unlimited water, so that's good. Water has not run out yet. Heck yeah. Okay, cool. Give us a drink. Okay, let's place the broken handle up here. Okay, and I've got like 19. Let's put a couple of these things in the backpack. See if we can fix that situation. Yeah, we're gonna fix the doors, we're gonna fix the windows. This scrap wood I'm gonna pick up just so it's just not sitting on the floor right here. Okay, doorknob is going in the inventory. Door hinge is going in over here. And then we need 4 planks. Our carpentry is at 87. Okay. Let us build that damn door. Brother, okay. Is it because I'm holding on? Hold on to the hammer. Let us take the flashlight, put it in the backpack. Okay. Sure, I'm not missing anything here. Must be placed within a door frame. So we got 4 out of 4, 4 out of 4, 2 out of 2, 1 out of 1, and the ball peen hammer. Place. Why, oh why can I not? Okay, there we go. Apparently, I don't know if I was just not close enough. Yo, there we go. We got a door. Heck yeah. Sweet. It's a little rough around the edges, but we got it. Okay, so now we are going to need to board up our windows. Go ahead and take 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys, plop them in the main inventory. We're going to fix that one window that was absolutely busted all the way through. And then after that defense is added, I think that'll be a good opportunity to sit down and read more about carpentry. All right, so we've got broken glass on the ground. We're gonna go ahead, pick up the broken glass. Cool. Okay, now we need to, let's do planks barricade. Okay. So I think if this mechanic still works the same as it does in build 41, we should be able to add 4 planks on either side. All right, there's number 2. And then in terms of where that the generator magazine would be, right? We got to start looking throughout town. I think that there might be an opportunity. Okay, cool. So that looks good. And then we are out. Okay, cool. Let's add that. Let's go back. Barricade. Planks barricade. Let's add that to our favorites. Ooh, metal bar barricade. All right, let me look at door again. That one was a basic wooden door. There's the metal door, shoddy. I'm assuming that the higher the carpentry level, the better your door will actually look. Okay. So we got these other 3 planks that are here. We'll take those. Might as well board up that other window that we got in this room. But boarding these things up is going to mean that things get a little bit darker, unfortunately. Let's go to our favorites. There's our plank barricade. Press I to get rid of the inventory for a moment there. Okay, cool. We're going to add this plank. No, we don't need to go on the other side of the window, Frank. Stay right here. There we go. There's 1. There's 2. And there comes number 3. Phenomenal. Okay, so it's a little bit darker. As you can see, a little bit of light might be coming through, but that's about it. Okay, we don't need all of these chairs. I feel like I can dismantle some of these. Might as well start taking apart the things that we don't need, right? Repurpose. All right, we'll speed up time. I failed to produce any useful materials. That's pretty sad. All right, quality crafted chair. Did I get anything from that? Anything at all? It doesn't look like it. All right, let's get this one. All right, well, we've ended up with a bunch of scrap wood, and it looks like some nails. Okay, we'll take it. Okay, nothing else over here. Grab all of the scrap wood, and then there was some nails on the floor as well. Okay, we're gonna load the scrap wood over here to be utilized for cooking. So let's destroy for fuel. We got twigs, scrap wood. That gives us enough for 4 hours worth. Heck yeah. So I guess it was worth something in the end. But yeah, we're gonna need to get our priorities in order to survive without electricity. This stove is actually a huge find. This is pretty awesome that we have this. And the propane as well. I want to try to save the propane if I can for welding purposes. Okay. On my person. Okay, we're coughing because we need cigarettes. Go ahead and plop the broken glass in here. All right. We're just a little bit hurt. That is because of all that we were carrying. You can see our health is going up. Yeah, we're a little over encumbered for the time being. And we're sad. And it's still only 10:40 in the morning. I think that now I want to read that book. Let's pull this open. Bum, 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 bum. Carpentry 2. And taking a look outside, how much space? Yeah, okay, there's a decent amount of space between us and the motel. This is the motel. Odds are we're probably going to find some cigarettes, other useful things might be in here. Then we've got this trailer park area that we're bound to find some cigarettes if we were to go over to the trailer park. Up a little bit more north is gated communities. And then we get into the industrial locations. So there are still more places that we wanted to pop into with our sledgehammer as well, like where we found the generator. We had the decent gardening supplies. We haven't even been able to access this building over here. So it would be a really good opportunity for us to do that. But we're probably going to have to do that in some jumps. So we're going to probably travel from here back to our old neighborhood that we were in, and then from the old neighborhood back across this way. Okay, we should have enough spot. Let's go ahead and rest. And then while we are resting, let's pull open our book here. Heck yeah. So while this is happening, I'm going to pull open on my digital audio workstation. I've loaded my rack here to have some sounds. And I think that it would be fun to play a little bit with some of those sounds. So I'm going to turn the game volume down, and you're going to hear some live instrumentation that I'm going to play over the top of this. So I'm going to go ahead and fade the game out right now. Okay, and now we are going to hear some live instrumentation. Turn that down. There we go. Just a little bit of fun live instrumentation there. Been messing around finding some sounds that I really like. Wanted to throw out some stuff that I had on my Ableton Push. All right, we're going to speed up time here. There we go. I just realized that the game was faded out. My bad. Game's faded back in. Okay, and this carpentry book is going to help us out a lot with getting this next level. Yeah, look at that. We already have a 75% XP boost with a multiplier now of 1.5. Take us like the entire day to read half of a book at this case, or at this point. But this is an important book to read. All right, it's about to become too dark for us to read. Okay, gotta get more water. We're gonna feed our character. Wow, we finished both of those waters. God damn. No worries. Okay. In terms of food, let's open our backpack here. We should still have our sandwich. Let's eat that bad boy. All right, I'm gonna put the hatchet in the backpack. And the nails can go in there too for now. Try to get our inventory space. There we go. Inventory space is a little bit more cleared up now. All right. We're gonna lay down for the night. Simple bed, let's sleep. We've at least fixed one of our windows that was broken. We fixed the door that we had to destroy. Okay. We're gonna sit in our chair here. Looks like it's still too dark to read, but we are going to equip secondary our flashlight. And then with that, we can read. All right, should be just about bright enough. I think 5:30 in the morning should be bright enough to read without flashlight. Yep, cool. We'll continue reading. Yeah, so it looks like by the end of today, we will have Carpentry 2 read. And it is a foggy day, which means that it would probably be a good opportunity for us to scout. There's a gunshot for a meta event. And it is definitely getting foggy today. Oh. And no way am I going to sit here for all this time. Gosh. Oof. 260 pages of pure greatness. I hope that it's worth it. In terms of the XP bonus, yeah, look at that. We're at a ×4 multiplier with a 75% XP boost now. So this should make a difference. Next time that we start boarding up some of these other windows here, we're going to see a lot more experience. Bam. All right, we have finished our carpentry book. So we should have a ×5 now on that. Yep. Okay, so for carpentry level 4 and 5, we have for 3 and 4, we have a 5 times multiplier with a 75% XP boost. Let's go ahead and put this carpentry 2 away. We do have carpentry 3 for whenever we eventually make that. Let's take a look inside the fridge of the stuff that we still have. We got the bowl of beef and vegetable stew that is now stale. Let's go ahead and eat that. Okay. Then we're going to plop the bowl down on the side. Put it away. All right, and then we are full to bursting. Fantastic. Let's fill up our water, and then I would like us to do a little bit of scouting in the immediate area. All right, I'm going to place the wood saw on the table. Let's see what else we can place down for now. There's painkillers, there's twigs, okay. Bunch of excess stuff. That hatchet head, I'm gonna put on the table. Bloody hatchet is going on the table. And then the nails themselves, I don't think I can put them in a box. So I'm just gonna plop them all on the ground for right now, just so I'm not holding on to them. And then the crowbar is going on the back. And we have a stale sandwich in our belongings. All right, here we are at 10. Okay, cool. Flashlight can go in the backpack. Ball peen hammer. That one can be placed on the ground for right now. All right, cool. So we're gonna go on the other side. See what we can observe. quite dark. My goodness. Oh, sweet. Okay, there's a food market down here. And that looks like another chicken hutch, maybe? Oh, shit. And a whole bunch of broken cars. Okay. Let's explore what is over here. I wonder what's in the crates. All right, well, we're gonna deal with this one dude. Hi, how are you? Okay, what we got? There were steel sheets, a bunch of planks, more planks, the 5 planks, just kind of go into the global inventory. 14 planks. So enough planks to build some stuff. You love to see it. Now this is the motel I was talking about, and the food market that is a little bit north. Didn't look like there was anybody. Okay, there's one guy. Surprised I'm not seeing a ton of them. Has some dangly earrings. Nice. Well, it looks like the supermarket seems like it's pretty empty. Okay, I don't know if this guy spotted me from all the way over there and he's following me. Nope. Oh, nope. He's just shambling. Literally can't tell. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. All right, this place looks like it's got some like potatoes and stuff. Oh snap. Okay, how bad is the food? Rotten cake, rotten zucchini, rotten bell peppers. Okay, and this is going to be a lot of what we're going to see out in the world now. A lot of rotten things. Baking soda, cocoa powder, more vegetable oil. This is all good stuff for the cooking. Instant popcorn, peanuts, a lot of stuff that's not going to go bad. Granola bar. Okay, this is a lot of other empty things here. What did this have? Sunflower seeds? Plastic bags. Okay. Sunflower seeds here. Plastic water bottle. Oh, we got fresh yogurt, at least. Well, might as well eat the yogurt while it's fresh. Keep ourselves sane. Stale, uncooked TV dinners, stale packaged corn. That's all stuff that could be thrown into stew. Oh, I mean, we can try to repurpose that. The TV dinner, I mean, I could take it or leave it. A stale corn dog, yeah. See, I ain't interested. Box of tissues. Gummy bears, chocolate, candy, okay. And then the rest of this stuff is all bad. But what lies in the back? Gonna have to investigate and see. Brought my nifty flashlight because it's darker than 1,000 midnights now. Well, there's a Z there. There's one. At least there's only one. All right, what we got in here? Canned fruit cocktail. Bunch of canned food. Let's take a look at the global inventory. Choco cakes. lot of canned food. I'll take the canned food, bring it back. Canned potatoes. Canned food, pretty important right now. All right, what do we got right here? Canned tomato. Okay, I'll take all of that. All right, the canned food is all good. Okay. I think we are good to continue our trek. What we got in the back of this car? Nothing. Hey, there's a key in the ignition. Don't think there's enough gas. Let's see. Let's see what's in the trunk. Just empty tote bags. Okay. Really nothing of value. And okay, lighter, matchbook. I mean, those we will take. Notepad, glove box. All right, let's take a look, scout the motel just a little bit, see how things are looking down in this side of town. Oh, there's some nice cars down there. Now, when I'm speaking, I'm hearing a little bit of crackling on my side. Are you hearing any? Oh, are you guys hearing any crackling on your side? If so, I might take a brief pause to reset my audio equipment here. All right, let's take care of this guy. There we go. Down. Okay. Okay, looks like there's probably one more. Yeah. Sweet. It looks like they've changed the motel's layout. Did not used to look like this. Here's the trailer park. Waits? Instead of the Bates Motel, it's the Waits Motel. Oh, come on. What a lovely place. Okay. What do we got in here? Not a whole lot. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I was like, what the hell was that sound? Get him out of here. As you can see, Zeds reside within the motel. You can hear a couple of them. well, this spot is at least safe. I'm hearing people upstairs. The guy, what is going on? Am I not able to make it upstairs? Okay, there we go. Well, I'll let them do their thing. I'm just here on a scouting mission. Got a place over here for lease. Just an empty computer place. Yeah, this is like all barren and empty. Oh, shit. Okay. Well. Okay, well, it's good that we don't have anybody over here. That should pull Zeds from that way. I thought that maybe since the power was out, the alarms wouldn't work. Sweet. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Okay, that guy is still coming. Okay, at 5:50 p.m., we don't have that much time left in the day. And I've just kind of been observing to see if any of the Zeds still flowing through us. And I kind of want to see what animal awaits this way. So I'm going to let that guy do his thing. All right, we'll start heading back in this general direction. It doesn't look like there are any animals in here. Hutch, open egg hatch door, hutch info. Holy shit. Okay, well, there is a lot of eggs. Grab them. I don't see any chickens though. They're dead. That's why. Animal info. I can grab the dead chicken. Okay. Is it going to be like rotten? Let's see. It says that it's fresh. And I need a knife. Okay, well, if we've got fresh dead hens, let's maybe put them in the bag and take them home. It's a shame that they're dead, but might as well repurpose them. All right, hutch info. Crop roosting. We're gonna grab both of these guys. Now these guys died because of the dirtiness. All right, both of those hens are in here. Did they end up in the backpack? No, I'm not certain that both of them ended up in the backpack. No, it looks like I only have one dead hen. And I'm not holding on to anything. Interesting. I don't know what happened to the other ones. Okay. Nice to know that we have a hutch nearby. Anything valuable in here? Ear protectors. Got planks. Okay, wooden mallets. Hey, a half-mask respirator. And that will pair well with the actual respirator's filters that we found. And this seems to be like a little survivor cabin with the front door wide open. Are you shitting me? I closed the door and that alarm happened? I just walked in. Well, well, well. Hello, alarms, my old friend. You've come to bleep with me again. Alright, I ain't sticking around to fuck with that. Alright, and our home is through there. What is the zombie population looking like over here? It's looking kind of empty. Not that I'm complaining. Look, another generator. Time. Teaches a lot of growing season. Okay, well, we will take that. All right, well, there is a Jenny right here. I might as well mark it on the map. It's too dark to use your map. God damn it. All right, zoom in. Where are we? Another blue Jenny right here. Got a fire hydrant here, just a whole bunch of broke down cars. Well, I think I might try to take some of the planks with me. Use that as an opportunity to board up some of the base without having to saw the wood myself. And this seems like a pretty safe place, all things considered, I will say. All right, so we're gonna take those 5 planks. It only takes 4 to build. We still need 1 on that one window. So cool, we can board up probably our back window as well as place the one remaining plank back on that other window. But this will be a means for us to kickstart more of our carpentry skill that we're going to be leveraging. Yep, that's our home right there. Nice to know that we have access to some materials not very far from home. Right. Here we are. And I do think that I still have an actual hammer in here. I do. Awesome. Okay, so from the floor, let's pick up all of our nails. I'm going to come over here and try to place all of the canned food All right, my cheese and ham sandwich is stale, so I'll probably end up eating that. And I will use a knife to butcher the hen that we found. All right, so let's eat this food that we have. All right, and if we come to the table, I should have a knife for butchering this. Okay, where is the knife? Yeah, there's a paring knife. All right, we are gonna butcher the hen. And then we are gonna board up these windows. So I'm thinking board this window up right here and then board that window up over there. I don't think that there is any window in the bedroom. It doesn't look like it. So that literally means the only other window that we would have to board up is this one right here. And we have a ×3 multiplier. We just leveled it up. Look at that. In one fell swoop, leveled that up. Cool. Heck yeah. That 100% XP boost with a ×3 multiplier. Literally one hen brought us all the way up. Fantastic. Okay. Now that gives us a whole bunch of feathers. We have chicken feet and chicken head and a whole chicken that is uncooked. So I think we are probably going to want to cook that. The chicken feathers. This chicken head. What are you able to do with that? You can slice it and get the skull. Okay, well, let's craft it out, get the skull. Okay, and that did not give us any other butchering. So then you get the animal brain. And with that, you can make a bowl of brain tan. So you mix a bowl of water with an animal brain to make tan. Well, that's different. I've never done that. The chicken foot. And then the feathers. What can you use the feathers for? Sew a bear and sew a pillow. That's kind of cool. Okay, well, so that we're not going to be standing here hurting with muscle strain, let's put some of this stuff away. We will put the brain and all that stuff away. Let's go back to building and our favorites. We've got our plank here. This will board us up. 50 experience. Look at that. That's crazy. Okay. And we're at 237 out of 750. So if that's 50 and we can put up 4, that should give us 200 experience. So we should end at about 437. Oh, and let's put this one in the back window here. Damn, dude. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of experience. Yeah, wow. Okay, cool. Okay, and then I should be out. So we are at 437 out of 750. Absolutely worth the time, energy, and effort to do that. Now, we need to cook this chicken. Is there any other food that we could cook at the same time? We've got stale mutton chop. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put this in my inventory. Stale mutton chop, pork chops. Oh no, some of them are rotten. Okay. All right, well, we're gonna put everything that is stale in here along with the whole chicken, and then we will light the fire. We will use the twigs in the matchbook. Okay, and I'm going to pick up the water pot that is here. Awesome. Then I'm going to take the water pot. I will place it inside. I'm going to pick up this other water pot. It's an empty pot. I'm going to fill it with water. So we're going to prep some stews. All right, let's go here. We will fill the empty pot. And this actually provides us a little bit of light as well. All right, there's our water pots. All right, we've got 2 empty bowls right here. And I think that there are still, goodness. Oh boy, yeah, food's going bad fast. This ain't good. It ain't good. And then inside the fridge, I mean, we still got stew fresh cooked. This one was uncooked. So might as well cook that one. All right, throw in the stew here. And then I'm gonna have to take this chicken. All right, chicken. We got it. Okay, cool. 153 from that dead chicken. Wow, that's crazy. We're gonna try to go through the things that are stale. And this is still cooking. Okay, cool. It still has 3 hours and 34 minutes. Okay, and I think I still only have 3 bowls, which sucks. Juggling all of this is not fun. But 153 from whole chicken, damn. That's pretty wild. And we need to prioritize what we're going to read next, which will probably be the maintenance book. But I mean, the carpentry, we're about to level that up, so I would even go as far to say that we should read that. All right, bam, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay, so we got stale cooked food. Awesome. Let's do create a stew from the stale cooked steak. All right, then that is still in here. Okay, cool. So we have steak stew, fresh, uncooked. All right, we are going to add more steak. So we're going to do 2 of the same ingredient. And then we are going to add the mutton chop that is stale and cooked. the second mutton chop that is stale and cooked. Look at that, 70, and it's not even cooked yet. Okay, cool. And then what else do we want to add? Let's add some carrots that are fresh. Let's add some of the stale corn. All right, now it's at 88. Okay, and then we'll throw in a bouillon cube. Great. Okay, throw that guy in to be cooked right now. The other one is still cooking. And then we're going to pull out this other pot, cook it. All right, this one, we will create a stew. And we want to use... First, let's just grab it in. Okay. And if I step away from this for a moment, and then we come here, create a stew. Let's do the pork chop that's stale. Do 2 of the pork chops that are stale. Stale corn. Let's take a look at this really quick. Okay, it's still good. All right, this one, what else do we want to add? So this has meat and corn. Let's add more of the steak. All right, the stew. To add the mutton chop. All right, this other stew is almost done cooking right now. How much is in this? So this is 2 pork chop. Okay, and we gotta move this over now. Goodness. Okay, and that does 110. Bro, there's a lot. All right, I can cut up the chicken, the whole chicken, into chicken fillets. Let's do that. That'll give us a 2 chicken legs, 2 chicken wings, and 2 chicken fillets. Getting some decent cooking experience here. But you know what? I mean, you got to make the most of the food that you have while you currently have it, and it's good. So, all right, that puts us 625 out of 750. So close, so close. We're doing really well on the food front, to be completely honest. Okay, cool. This steak stew, we are going to show the craft recipes, and we will put it into 2 bowls. So those bowls are going to be good for the time being, and then we will fill this up and move more of the stale meat. Okay, so that is now divided into 2 bowls. Hell yeah. All right, we're going to take the bowl of meat, put it in the main part of the fridge. All right, this soup has already gone stale, you can see, so we're gonna go ahead and eat it. All right, this soup is almost done cooking. All right, full to bursting, fantastic. All right, we have freshly cooked stew, which we will put in the main fridge. I really wish that I had electricity. I really do. Okay, we're gonna fill up our pot of water. We're gonna fill up. Yeah, okay, I don't want to fill up everything, but I did get a generator, but I do not have the Jenny magazine Soviet pupper. Yeah, unfortunately, don't have the magazine yet, and I have not developed the electrical skill. I think you need to have like 2 electrical or 3 electrical, something like that as an alternative, but I've scoured a lot of Muldra and have not been able to find the Jenny mag quite yet. Last ditch effort at the end of the last episode was to hit up the electronics store, and they did not have it. Okay, so we've got our pot of water. We are going to create another stew. Let's hit the what else do we want? Maybe let's take some of the fish that's in here. Got stale ham slices. Some of them are still good. Rotten pork chops. Go into the freezer. Yeah, there we go. That stale steak, I'll take it. Take the ground beef. Take the fish fillet. We are just gonna cook all of these things. All right, anything that is stale and uncooked, put the water pot in there too. Put the fish fillet, the ground beef, the steak. Okay, and then we'll visualize that so that we can see it. Okay, and then our fish. Oops, hang on one second. We still got a beef patty. Okay. So I'm gonna put this skull away. We still have 10 eggs. All right, I'll plop those uncooked eggs in there. This is looking pretty good. This will be the last thing that we make for the night. Yeah, look at this. One of our stews is already stale and cooked. You check the school library. Sometimes they have magazines. Yeah, we had hit up the Muldra Elementary School. We were there for a couple of episodes. Ended up bringing back a decent amount of these books that you see here, and they did not end up having that. The other place that I was going to check. Ooh, hang on, these are burning. There is just a general bookstore that we haven't taken a look at quite yet. And that, I believe, is more on... Let me pull up the map here. The elementary school was right over here, and we've looted it. If we were to go a little bit more southwest, this side over here is where we would find, like, bookstore, TV, like VHS, you know, that type of thing. So it might be worthwhile that we take a look at this side of town. We've kind of been sticking more toward the middle and going toward the north. We secured this gas station up here. Yeah, it wasn't until the end, literally the end of last episode on day 14 that the power went out. So now we're just kind of getting some of our other skills boosted right now. We've been almost up on carpentry. We're about to get through level 4, and our cooking is... I would be surprised, man, if we don't get this relatively soon. The amount of food that we're cooking. Oh, and this chicken leg is cooked. Okay, cool. That was burning. 678.21 out of 750. Yeah, dude, out of all of the things that we need right now, the Jenny mag is like the number one, because I found 9 gas cans, and we secured the gas station, filled up all 9 of those gas cans, filled up an entire car. We have a generator already set at the gas station. We have a generator set outside of here. We have a generator set at the starter house that we were in Muldra, we probably have found 3 or 4 more generators at this point, but we're not able to operate them despite having the gas. We don't got the knowledge. All right, there is the stale beef. 704 out of 750. Nice to know that we're at least still getting a decent amount of experience from this. Okay, there's an hour and 3 minutes left. Let's finish cooking what we can here. So let's create a stew from the stale fish fillets. All right, we will add stale fish fillet to this one. There's 2 of them. All right, now we will add some stale ground beef. You could head to March Ridge. They have a school there. Okay. We will add the beef patty. Yeah, the one thing that I have to consider, so I'm not sure if this is your first time joining in or not, but my character does have the new motion sensitive trait. And yeah, so just reading through the additions here, it occurs when moving both forward and backward with exponential increase based on speed effects, are doubled during skids or sharp turns, plus 25% sickness progression when off-roading. Motion sickness affects all vehicle occupants, progressing 50% slower for the driver. I can get a fever and die if I drive too much or too hard. A really crappy reality that we're kind of dealing with. What else can I add to this stew? That's some zucchini. Yeah, it is an oh no. They really need to fix that. Build 42.13. That it is very much so not balanced. Which is kind of why I have taken the liberty to add another mod. At the very beginning of the stream, I pointed out I've added the pack rat. Is that what it is? Let me see what it is. If I go to my sandbox, pack mule. I've added a pack mule here. So we've got a canteen slot, ear protection slot, wallet slot, wrist slot. I have not activated these other things yet, but in order to kind of counterbalance my inability to drive for extended periods, I think that that mod will help. Yeah, I foresee a lot of hiking in my character's future, because I drove probably like 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour, and my guy had a fever, and that dramatically reduces your effectiveness in combat, your swing speed, and if you drive by and there's too many dead Zeds, and you already have a fever, you're predisposed. So it's like you could be around a bunch of dead corpses, and if the corpse sickness moodle or whatever fills up, and you are already at a fever from driving, that can kill you. It's pretty ridiculous right now. One would think that driving 10 miles an hour in town wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it literally takes like all day for the sickness to go away too. It's just really bad for your character. Come on. Shit, destroy for fuel. Well, damn, I'm not gonna be able to finish cooking this one. Okay, well, it is what it is. We will sleep. Thought I was gonna be able to get it all, but we'll deal with it. Here's some Zeds outside or something. Woke up with panic. Great. Okay. Well, here's what I am going to do. So I'm up so early. Let's eat some of the fresh food that we have. And now I should have 2 bowls again. And then we will pour soup into the bowls. We're just kind of burning through the rest of our stew at this point. All right, grab that empty bowl. All right, we're gonna come in here into the fridge, go to the one that is 114. Show craft recipes, divide into 2 bowls. 438. Let's see, this one, will it push us over? Come on. Have you checked all the storage places? We do have a storage unit that we want to go back to now that we have a sledgehammer. Ah, damn it. Okay, so that apparently pouring it doesn't do anything. Okay, now chrome industrial sink, fill the empty pot. I'll set this one up for another stew. We're gonna need some stuff to start a fire again. Go. Put the water pot there. Okay, what the hell happened to... I've got beef patty that's stale and cooked. A bowl. Okay, a bowl of fish. And oh my goodness. I just poured that one. That's what I did. Okay. Oh, this bowl is uncooked. Because I know Moldra has 2 storage places. Yeah, so if I pull up the map, I can kind of show you. So yeah, you store it right here, and we ended up breaking into this place with the storage or with the sledgehammer, and we've been almost able to get all the way to the end here. Found another Jenny. There was a Z in this wall that I didn't go for. I have not checked all of these places yet. Checked a couple in here, but there's an entire spot here that we have not gotten to check because the doors were locked. So taking the sledgehammer over there would be a good idea. And then of course, yeah, we've got a couple more industrial locations. We've got that bookstore that's over here. And then when all else fails, checking mailboxes is also a great thing for us to try. So what I'm gonna do, what's going on with my character's weight here? We're just holding too much. Yeah, okay. Well, let's eat the stale cooked fillets. Burn through the stale food that is actually cooked that might go bad, go rotten here. And then I'm gonna go get those other planks that are nearby and we'll get the rest of that experience. All right, this one has 32. We're gonna eat that guy. And then we're just gonna plop food in the fridge. All right, full to bursting, fantastic. That's what I like to see. All right, we're gonna move all of that food away. As well as this food. We're gonna fill up the canteen and the water bottle, and then we are gonna go grab the stuff that we need. All right, I might as well keep the paring knife on me in the event that I do need it again. And we are good to go. Okay, cool. I can turn off the flashlight. I can re-equip this guy. All right, we are gonna go get ourselves those remaining planks so that we can, oh, hang on. We got some Zeds. What are you guys doing? What are you doing in my house? Okay. You're dead. You're dead. Anyone got cigarettes? No. Oh. Guy emerging from the woods? What the hell? Dude, I am absolutely covered in blood. All right, here we go. We're going to go back around, get ourselves some more of these planks. But I'm glad to see that we are surrounded by like an immediate area that is quite safe, all things considered. And those alarms that went off a little bit ago should have pulled Zeds down and out that way. All right, we've got a lot of planks. See if we can grab. Now, if I could take a few moments just to ask if anybody in the audience that is either watching this in the VOD or the live stream has not clicked that like and subscribe button, please do so. It really does help get us out to more people. We are now up to 53 subscribers, I believe. And we've had, believe it or not, like 400 watch hours in the last 28 days. A lot of people love watching long form content on Project Zomboid. So if that's you, feel free to click that like or subscribe button. Okay, we've got 7 planks in the inventory, 8. Yeah, we're gonna haul this because it's close enough. Okay, cool. 12. We have 12. So let's take all of those guys back. That should be probably enough to get us to carpentry level 4. And that gets us to the point where we can read the next carpentry book that we do have. And carpentry is rather important because whenever it comes to being self-sustaining and eventually, you know, when we're going to want to have our way toward Echo Creek and build our Camp Fultz up, we're going to need to be able to build things. So trying to get carpentry up to at least 5. I mean, we've got the skill books to go through 5 and 6. So if I could get us to 6, that would be super awesome. Give us everything that we need to build initially. Okay, and then in terms of other things that we can build, let's pull this up. We can build our own chicken hutch. Okay, we can build composters, we can build wooden shelves, a hand-operated press to press clay items and turn paste into oil, feeding trough, a heckle comb used for heckling scutched flax, scutching board, rippled flax, bookcases, a softening beam. Allows you to remove flesh and fur from leather. A tannin barrel allows you to tan defleshed leather. Well, we are able to make that tan from the chicken brain. Make chairs. We got wooden crates, wooden counters. These are all of those basic things. Okay, butcher hook. Okay, I just need a large hook for that. A crude wooden stool, a crude wooden table, which can be crafted on. Large drying rack. So you need long sticks for that. Log stairs, need 12 logs. Log table, okay, 2 logs, 4 tree branches. Yeah, so I mean, we got the ability to build like pretty much all of this stuff. I'm just trying to see what our options are. Medium, leather drying rack. So our foraging and stuff would get us more long sticks. What does that pottery wheel look like? That's the small stone wheel. Primitive forge, primitive furnace, primitive kiln, rain collector. 4 garbage bags, yeah. Okay, rain collector with a tarp. Then you get simple forge, bucket of clay cement, a simple loom. Just need logs and long sticks. Cool. Okay. Well, knowing that we have basically everything that we need, it's just like long sticks and stuff. I think that we're doing all right. I'm going to board this window up. Let's get rid of this large weight that we're carrying right now. Okay, hang on. What the heck, bro? Let's go into the inventory. Why am I not? We're going to equip this hammer. We'll move the nails into the main inventory. Okay, now let's go to the build options. Barricade. There we go. There's another 50. You check the strip mall right on the highway. There was the other motel that was there. And I think if the strip mall is the one that's near the elementary school, I believe so. I mean, that one had the electrical shop that was right there that we checked out. And the lickety split and all that other stuff. All right, now it is really, really dark. Not that one. Okay, here, let's see. Oh, and it's too dark to read. All right, here, hang on. Let me see if I can carve a wooden rod. Carving handles. The one near the police station. Okay, no, I don't think that I have gone that route quite yet. Look at that. We can carve a long stick. This a little bit smaller. Okay, what I wanted to see with some of my extra, go to the build mode. Let's go back here, plank barricade. I believe that you can put this on the outside as well. Yep, you can. Okay, cool. We're just gonna do this for the experience. It might have a bookstore, okay. Oops. All right. There's that carpentry. See, now we're getting 10 XP. Okay. So I'm going to drop the remaining 4 planks outside this window here. Oops. Outside this window. We won't do any more of that until we have read the next carpentry book. It is so dark in here. All right, so now we can read Carpentry 3. Oh, look, yeah, and I've got my long stick, so I can place that long stick in here. And I think that I've got like my respirator I should put in here too. I'll put the respirator with the actual respirator filters. Okay. And then backpack is stale packaged nuts. All right, that crowbar. Let's put the claw hammer back in the backpack. Put the nails in the backpack. There we go. Cool. That's good. Okay. Well, given that it takes us so long to read things, I'm like judging. I'm like, do I read or not? I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, we might as well take the time. We've got the food. Let's sit in our dark ass shelter, rest and read our carpentry book. And we'll speed up time. It's going to take us a while. There's 300 pages, but I mean, we should get through this within the next day or two. Then that will give us the XP multiplier that we need for carpentry 5 and 6. Finish boarding up the outside windows. This gives us an opportunity to stay close to home, eat those bowls before they go completely awful. I'm probably going to take that one log that still remains and just throw that entire log into the little fire thing here. $77. All right, so we're about a third of the way done. Our character is kind of hungry. Let's get to page 100. We'll take a small break and read. Or not read, and eat. Take a break from our reading so that we can read some more. Okay. All right, going back over to the fridge right now. Let's take a look, see what we got. This is fresh, uncooked. This is stale, fresh, cooked. This one is fresh and cooked. Do I have any other empty bowls? Does not appear like it. We've got 2 bowls here. Well, I'm going to eat an entire thing of fresh salami, because both of these things are still uncooked. I'm probably going to end up taking these bowls that are uncooked, and they're showing as still fresh. Yeah, I'm going to take these 2 out into the backyard, and we're going to cook them in the propane. And we're still doing all right. We're protected. Okay, cool. All right, take these 2 bowls, plop them in here with the propane tanks. And we will turn this on. It's got 15 hours. Not gonna take that long. And while we're waiting, we're gonna read. All right, cool, these are cooking. They are ready. Make sure they don't get burned. And our cooking got leveled up too. Sweet. All right, level 4 cooking. There we are. So we've leveled up carpentry to level 4 and our cooking. Okay, we will turn off the propane. And just so I don't need to waste any of my flashlight here, we are going to turn that off. We're sitting in our car and we can take a look and read. We're gonna get through this stuff. Oh no, we're thirsty. All right, let's get to 150. And I will get us some water. All right. Oops, did not mean to do that. Okay, let's turn this guy back on, go back inside. Cool, we still got water. Good time to be alive. All right, I'm gonna eat an entire bowl of fish, beef, and zucchini stew. Hey, look at that, we're gaining some weight. We're at 82 with one arrow going up. Getting more than our share of macronutrients right now. Oh snap, yeah, and then this is also uncooked. Well, I will have to cook that. We can do that tomorrow. The eggs should be fine for a little bit. Oh, okay, there is a window that still needs to be boarded up in here. All right, we're gonna rest on the bed and continue reading our book. Let's see if we can get page 200. We're just harvesting knowledge. Okay, this is fine. We'll stop there for the night. All right, let's go to sleep. 18 days. We're about to be on day 19. But honestly, I mean, with the day-night cycles being 2 hours, we have been playing for almost two months in a normal playthrough. I know there are a couple of different generators. What ones do you have exactly? I do have the blue generator, which I believe is the highest tier one here. I've got a blue generator here. I think I have a red generator that is by the gas station. And I think I have another red generator at my other Muldra home. Because I know, yeah, there's different tiers to them now at this point. Okay, what do we have? Let's... Wow, it is foggy. It is a foggy day. Yeah, I think yellow one is the best. Yeah, I think so too. All right, let's pop in this other one that has not been cooked yet. Turn it on. Oops. Guess I just accidentally took it out. All right, turn it back on. This is the uncooked one. Okay, this one's cooking. All right, if I eat this guy, this should set us up for the rest of the day, really. A bowl of fish and zucchini stew. Fish, beef, and zucchini stew. That'll leave us with 2 empty bowls, enough to pour some stew in. But we're really doing a great job with making the non-renewable resources last. And the things that will, the perishables, that's what I'm trying to say. All right, there we go. We'll turn that off. Move that bowl over. That's meat, corn, and steak stew. All right, let's plop ourselves in the car, try to read. Turn that alarm off. Yeah, there's our Jenny that you can see that's sitting right there, unused. I'm gonna grab that log and move it. $220. Okay, cool. What we definitely should do is board up the outside window of the bedroom. 100% going to do that. Looks like the fog has passed. All right, we are almost done with this book. Got about 40 pages left. And really the only other book that I would say is imperative to read maybe by the end of this episode would be our maintenance 5-6. Been an all day reading. We're hungry. Good thing that we got some stew. All right, there we go. We have finished that book. All right, now we are going to go ahead and eat our other bowl of food. Should also deal with some of the thirst that we have. We're back to full to bursting. Awesome. All right. So this book is now done. Carpentry 3. The maintenance 3 is what becomes important now, because our maintenance is level 4 and we need 5 and 6. But now with our carpentry, we have an 8 times multiplier. Let's grab our hammer here, put it in our primary, and then we'll grab these planks. And we should get just a significant amount of XP building on this window. We'll build on this one out here. This at least makes me feel safe going to bed, knowing that no one's going to just hop through a window. Anybody that randomly pops in. All right, we're going to see how much we get. We're at 47 and we need 1,500. That gave us 80. Solid. Now that just gives us 320 experience. Absolutely worth it. Yep, 367. Heck yeah, friends. With it being 7 p.m., let's fill up on our water. Maybe see what else. Maybe we can chop down some more trees, get some more planks. All right, I'm going to fill the canteens. Okay, we have another empty bowl. There are 3 empty bowls that we have. This water pot power's out, but not the water. Yeah, not yet. The water is still intact at this point. Water is less of a concern to me than the food. Okay, this is fresh and cooked. This is stale and cooked. This is stale and cooked. Let's divvy this one up. Try to eat the stale stuff. I really would like to have one more bowl so I could divide it into 4. Okay. All right. This empty bowl I'll set here. I'll place the empty pot. Or actually, before I do that, no. Grab it. I'll fill it with water. Try to remain on top of that. In the event that the water does run out, having extra pots of water never hurts. We should be good to build like a rain collector. I think would be another good thing for us to build. All right, we are going to move the bowls and the maintenance book into the backpack. Crowbar can go into the military satchel. Okay. Now in here, I should have. Did I put the hatchet back on the table? Yeah, we have a machete, bolt cutters, hunting knife. We got a lot of shit. Where the hell did I put the hatchet? I swear, I thought it was right here. The problem with having so much stuff. Oh my God. And these are books that were in a backpack. Carving 2, carving 3, first aid 2. Let me see. I put the hatchet in here. Yes, I did. Did I hear somebody? No. Okay. We're good. All right. Hatchet is being equipped. Might as well take some of the trees that are right next to us. All right, let's cut down this tree. All right, we got a bunch of logs, wood splinters. We're going to take all of them back with us. And then there's more logs over here that I will grab. We're going to have to saw them up. All right, I'm going to grab all this stuff. I know it is very, very heavy. We will take it back indoors. This should be on. Heck yeah. Okay, let's drop all of the logs on the ground. Oops. On the ground. I'm going to put the twigs and the tree branch and stuff in here. Let's do destroy for fuel. The tree branch. Add that. Destroy for fuel. What else can we add? The sapling. All right, cool. So that gives us 2.5 hours. All right, we are going to saw these logs. Bump, 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 bump. Chop log into firewood. That gives you wood splinters and firewood. Oh, interesting. Requires a surface to do that. Okay. Well, let me get my... I think I need my saw. One thing that I am missing. Yep, my wood saw. There we go. There we go. Now we can saw the logs. 40 XP from sawing the logs themselves. Wow. That gave us 9 planks to work with. Oh, look at that. And we can make a box trap and a crate trap. So if we want to catch some more food, we can go that route. Research craft. And research craft recipe is an input. Okay, I'm not sure what that does. I'm going to see what the research craft recipe just did. Oh, it's too dark to see. God damn it. Is this out of batteries? More. Hang on. Good Lord. Yeah, I think that this needs more battery. Good thing we got a box of batteries. Unpack the box. Insert battery. Yep, that was the problem. We're back. We are so back. Nice. Okay, so research craft. I wanted to see what happens when I do that. Learned to make plank with saw. Carve a wooden rod. Well, cool. Okay. I think that I'm good to let's move this into secondary. Equip primary the claw hammer. I've got 9 planks left. Okay. So let's go here, crafting, building favorites, barricade. All right, here we go. Board up the outside. Make sure no one's coming up from behind us. Okay, we're good. That puts us at 647 out of 1,500. All right, things looking good. Got that outside, got this outside. Get this one. A lot of the basic building blocks going on today. But this is a really solid way to level up our carpentry. 967, yeah, look at this. Playing it smart. Much fortification, such wow. Okay, and I'm out of planks again. We are tired, we are exhausted. All right, my water pot that's here. We got rotten pork chop, stale stew. This one is still fresh and cooked. All the things that are now going bad. My chicken leg. That one's rotten. Stale cooked wings. We're just going to go ahead and grab all of those wings. Oh, hey, Plasmid. I'm glad that you liked that. Yeah, I'm going to be releasing the VOD for the Life is Strange episode 1 with my wife. I'm going to release that hopefully later this week. That one got cut off. We were in the middle of streaming, and then the internet went to shit, and I just figured to finish it out. So it got cut off live probably like an hour or so while we were playing, but the whole thing is about, I think, 3 hours or 3 hours and 15 minutes for episode 1 of Life is Strange. So that is going to be coming out as a VOD later this week. But good to see you. I assume that you just popped by, that you haven't been in here for very long. I wondered what happened because I watched it after the fact. Yeah, the internet took a shit, and I just decided, I was like, fuck it, we're just gonna release it. Okay, this is still stale and cooked. And I don't think I've got two bowls. I think I only got one that's empty. Okay, cool. We are going to put the twigs in here. Yeah, I got one empty bowl. Might as well eat this stale chicken wing. Well, welcome, Plasmid. Welcome. You didn't miss too terribly much. We have fast forwarded a couple of days worth of time because we have been reading like an absolute monster. So our carpentry, we have a ×8 multiplier with a 75% XP boost right now. We made it all the way through level 4 this episode. We're about to get through level 5 as well. And then our cooking is now up to level 4. Electricity is still out, but we have been focused on boarding up our space. And things are going really well. So what we're going to try to do here, we're going to try to rest and read more of our book. Maintenance 3 is the important one right now. I'm late because I went to the Lord of the Rings marathon in theaters this weekend. It was awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask you how that was. Yeah, you did. You said it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like just one after another. Sounds like a good time, though. $300 pages again. Ugh. At least I feel safer in here. Pharma hug, stock certificate, Nakota. Okay, we're gonna get our character to sleep now. Let's turn that off. Yep, took me back to being 8 years old again. By the way, use some rotten corn in one of your bags. Yeah, I got a couple of things that are now rotten. Oh no, don't remove the battery. Yeah, the fridge is things are starting to go bad now at this point. And you said it's in one of my bags. Let's double check. Oh no, the packaged corn is rotten. Okay, I'm gonna start throwing some of the rotten stuff over here. Let's pull out some of the rotten stuff that we have in the fridge too. Just kind of get that stuff squared away. Bacon that's uncooked and rotten. Put this all in the main inventory here. All right. Rotten ham slices, rotten lettuce, rotten oysters, rotten vegetables. No, the steak stew. Fuck. All right. Well, that's getting poured. Sucks that it got broke like that. Okay. But we still got this one that is good. These pork chops are now rotten. Oofda. The tater tots Tater tots are going bad. Bam. My whole world is falling apart. My ice cream is rotten now. Yeah, dude, so much shit is bad now. Fuck. Well, there's a reason why we collected so much food, so that we could get through this. All right, everything that is food, which is rotten. Okay, minus the empty pot and the cooking. That. Praise be to the control click. Yeah. Want to clarify, I'm friends with the dude in real life, not insanely parasocial. Glad that you had to clarify that, Plasmid. Okay. Well, with all of the things that are going bad, let's eat the chicken leg that's stale and cooked. And thanks, Soviet Pupper, for pointing out the bad food. Okay, we will fill up both of these. Might as well have the pot ready for whenever we're ready to cook. Yeah, dude, once we get that Jenny Mag, we will restore power, because it is dark as can be in here. There's one empty bowl there. I think, did we put the other bowl? Are the other bowls in here? Yeah, 2 of them are. Okay, cool. I'm gonna move those into my main inventory before I forget. But yeah, the channel is doing really well. I haven't uploaded a short in quite some time. It's probably about like a month or so. But oh snap, we're at 54 subscribers. Soviet, I don't know if you clicked subscribe this video, but if you did, then you're number 54. But yeah, we're at 54 subs, 453 watch hours in the last 28 days. Seems like we're getting between, like 70 to 80, close to 90 views per VOD at this point. So that seems to kind of be where we have evened out. We were kind of stuck in the range of like 20 to 35 views for a little bit of time. Now it seems like it shot up to like 330 on one of the VODs and has kind of stabilized around like 80 is where we are now. Okay. What is so heavy? What am I carrying right now? All of this stuff. Put the wood splinters in here. I think I can just destroy those for fuel. Patch it. Tuck it in the backpack. Oh yeah, no wonder I'm carrying all of these batteries. That'll do it too. I will hold on to one battery and then I will move the rest. Okay, that puts me, I'm still at 20. Dear Lord. Oh, is it the wood saw too? Yeah, that's holding me down. Good Lord. You know what? Why don't we unequip, or let's drop the backpack for right now. What is on my, I'm just taking a look at what's on my character here. So in the military satchel, encumbrance, descending. There we go. Okay, so yeah, crowbar, that's probably what's doing it. Okay, and then I'm gonna start plopping some of this stuff on the table. Water purification tablets. We're gonna move the soap and the yeast and stuff. See if I can get some of that out of my inventory that I've been carrying around. Soap, yeast. Move you. Oops. Brother. Paring knife, I'll tuck away for right now. The caffeine pills. How much are they? They're 0.4. That's not too bad. Sponge, I'll put that away. I'll move the gum. 17, okay. Put the claw hammer. I'll drop that down on the ground. Flashlight. Equip it in secondary. I think the bowls of soup are doing it too. Yeah, they have a stack encumbrance of 8, no wonder. Well, we found the culprit. Might as well eat one of them bowls of stew. And then I'll take the 2 empty bowls that I have. I'll separate that last good stew into 2 bowls. And then we should be good. Fast forward some time, read through the maintenance, because we do fight a lot with our melee. Okay, grab that empty bowl. All right, now into the fridge. This is still fresh and cooked. We will separate it into 2 bowls. We've turned Project Zomboid into Cooking Mama. The last 2 episodes have been an immense amount of cooking. Okay. There's 2 solid bowls. Okay, cool. I'll fill up the empty pot once more, and we still have water. Fantastic. So at this point, all of my pots are filled with water, and they're just kind of tucked away, ready to turn, something into a stew, if we are able to. 4 entire pots of water. So what is that? That's 6 liters worth of water. Okay. All right, we're reading our maintenance book. I know it is not the most exciting thing in the world, but oops. It is not the most exciting thing in the world, but our maintenance is currently level 4. This is the book for 5 and 6. So our maintenance directly it decreases the chance of our melee weapons being damaged, and it is trained through the melee combat. So we already have 125% XP boost, but this multiplier is going to pick us up. And I believe the more of these books that you do read, the more that multiplier stacks up, which is why our carpentry is showing that we have a multiplier of 8 right now, and why maintenance is only showing a multiplier of 2.4. We never finished the previous book, so its XP modifier or whatever is not stacked on top of this. I don't really think that that's much of a concern, to be completely honest. And taking a look at some of our other stuff, our nimble is almost level 3. Fitness is level 6. Light-footed is level 5. We are 83 kilograms with 1 arrow pointing up. We have not been able to find tobacco in quite some time, which is contributing to our agitation and to our hopelessness. Stress and happiness decrease after smoking tobacco, but our unhappiness rises when tobacco is not smoked. And we are quite unhappy. And very, very tired, apparently, from all of the cooking. It's nice and yellow, man. Checked any gas stations. Yeah, so we currently have... Oh, God, I did it again. I turned the car on. My bad. All right. Oh, shit. And was this... Tell me this wasn't on the entire time. Hope it wasn't. Yeah, so I know that this episode we've kind of been sticking in this immediate area, but we went to this gas station up in the north, and I have 9 gas cans completely full of gas. I took over that gas station area, but again, didn't have a Jenny. So I pre-populated these cans full of gas. All 9 of them are sitting there. And then our car is full of gas as well. So this gas station has been claimed. The other one that's on the other side of Maldra has not. Yeah, so the power went out and our food is going bad. We currently want to revisit the You Store It with the sledgehammers. We are repairing our windows, which that has been done. We have repaired the door. We are tapping into carpentry. We still need to boost our electrical skills. And then we want to visit that bookstore, VHS, liquor store in the West. And we're currently doing the reading up on the books that we have collected. Our longer term goals to kind of, bring everyone up to speed, if you're just now joining us, eventually is to drive to Echo Creek. Our character's name is Francisco Fultz. And in the first era of playing this, like 17, 19 episodes ago, my first playthrough with this character was in Echo Creek, and we established what we called Camp Fultz all the way over there. So ideally, we would be traveling from Maldra all the way to Echo Creek, which is down this way. To do that again, I need to fill up my waters again. And our guy is hungry. We are almost through all of our soup now. But I'm glad that we've been able to make all of the perishable foods last as long as we have. It really has been probably the best that I have managed in all of my playthroughs. I think I'm much more in the swing of cooking in Zomboid now. All right. We have 100 pages left in maintenance, and we've been playing for about 2.5 hours. So my guess here is that we're going to get through this guy. And then we probably want to make a trip to the original home that we resided in and see if we can get anything of value out of it. Or just kind of revisit, see what is there. And then we can kind of better determine our next steps. All right, 220 out of 300. Okay, so we're going to finish this book tomorrow. That is 100% going to happen. And our hand was kind of forced to be in this immediate area because the power going out and all of our food was going bad. So we kind of made the best of a shitty situation with our food going bad by just cooking up a storm. Welcome to the Cook Show, folks. Okay. All right, we're hopping in our car here. Everything still is looking good. All right, let's just start reading. Try to get this done as soon as possible. About 70 pages left in the book. Hopefully by 1 or 2 p.m., our character will be done with that. In terms of the multiplier that we are receiving, let's take a look. 6.4. Okay, so it will inevitably get to 8. It will get to 8. I thought that we had to have the preceding knowledge stacked for that to work that way. But with 125% XP boost and a multiplier of 8 for levels 5 and 6, that means that every time that we're swinging our melee weapons at these Zeds, we're getting a lot more maintenance XP. Important so that our weapons do not degrade. Kind of why I've been keeping keeping some of the better weapons. Like the axes I haven't been using in combat. I have not used the machete yet in this run because I've been trying to get this maintenance up. And there we go. Now we have a ×8 multiplier on our maintenance. Back to the yes, my friends. Okay. The maintenance book can be plopped away. We've got tracking 1, glass making, animal care. Is masonry, tailoring. I mean, tailoring would be a good one to go, but I don't think that I need to do that right now. Some of these other books that are in the backpack. Carving 2 and 3. There's fishing 1, which we will need. Tracking 2, masonry 1, which is really, really good. Okay. So let's take a look at this. We got 30 minutes left just about in what we're doing today. So got an empty bowl here. Place that there. Make sure there's no empty bowl there. Okay. Okay, yeah, the other bowl was in this backpack. No, it's rotten. Damn it. Make sure it is poured on the ground. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, with that being the case, I guess we will have to eat the stale bowl of steak soup. And then that should help us out. Yep, and we are full to bursting now. Okay, heck yeah. Now let's go wear the backpack. We will put that back on. Crowbar is in the primary slot. All right, I will hold on to the 2 bowls, put them in the backpack. Got the wood saw, the hatchet, nails. I will put the hammer. Bum, bum, bum. Goes claw hammer. All right, and we are currently carrying dehydrated meat sticks, so we should be good there in that front. Fill up on that water. And the canteen. Awesome. What is on the ground? What book was I reading that's on the ground? That Cooking 3. Oh, well, I mean, that would help. We are now on level 5. Okay, well, there's another book that we'll be able to read, but I'm getting tired of just sitting here reading things. Okay. In terms of what we've got going on in the immediate area, we're going to take a look in the trunk. So we do have our sleeping bags. I want to grab a pillow, place it in there. We have our sledgehammer. I think that we can go ahead and try to take our car, although it will make us sick if we drive it too intensely. I want to take this car and we're going to go back down Main Street and back toward our main home. And I should have, I just want to make sure that I am carrying on me a can opener. We are going to go grab an extra can opener. I think that I have one on the table as well. Well, if not, that can opener is just going to go in the backpack because it's something that you want to have on you. All right. Here we go. So you're about to see this mechanic live. I am already queasy. And if I keep it at 10 miles an hour, it becomes absurdly slow. But it keeps me alive. while I'm driving this way. Pull up in the map. So yeah, we go down and around the corner. There's a bunch of Zeds this way. Am I going this slow? I found that the Zeds don't really like to follow me. Kind of an interesting thing. There's a bunch of Zeds down that way. This is going to be the slowest kill ever. Watch this. No! Still queasy, but alive nonetheless. Here's a bunch of the dead bodies from the last time that I was in the area. We're going off-road. Oh my God. There we go. There we are. We're just about back. This is where our original home was. Portman Medical's down that way. Wow, look, all of the blood has been pretty much washed away. Back in our original neighborhood. Oh. Okay, well, it looks like we have a lot of friends. So, I'm gonna take care of them. And you know what? Let's turn the car off. Let's pop out here. Start getting some maintenance experience. All right. Yep, we're back, friends. Back in the neighborhood. Now I'm curious. 45 experience right now. Okay. So 45 experience on one kill. Let's see where we go after I hit another one. Oh, shit. All right, we went from 45 experience. 45.32. It still is 45.32? Okay. Well, this is the house. And in order to not die from car fever and shit, let's just deal with these guys by hand. Things get a little bit interesting. There we go. There we go. Go. Sweet Lord. Okay, there's a bunch of them. Make sure that I don't got anyone. Okay, there's a couple. I'm gonna start drawing myself back. I'll handle 3. 3 is enough for me. Okay, and 1, 2. There's 2 that way. Oops. All right, we are exhausted. Not a good place to be. Back it up. There's 4 of them. All right, well, I'm getting my ass back to the car. don't mind if I run you over, sir. No friends in this neighborhood. I'm nauseous. I'm weak with illness. See what I'm saying? I'm not sure why that guy is not dying. So I'm just gonna try my best, take some of these guys out. Come on, car. Prove useful. Okay. There we go. Let's turn it off. We're okay for right now. All right, there's another one. Jesus, man. Okay. Are we done yet? Are we done fighting in the street? A bloody meat cleaver. I will always take an additional weapon. Okay. House is looking clear. Cool. Oh, that door is barricaded. Yeah, that's right. The other side is how we get in and out of this place. We ended up boarding this up during the helicopter event. Nice tall glass of water too, and there's our badge. Oh, sick. And we've got a tarp here. Build recipes, the rain collector barrel. So we will be able to build a rain collector barrel. Hell yeah. Okay, tarp shelter. We just need 4 stones, 4 logs, a long stick, which we have a long stick, 2 rags. This one, we need carpentry level 5, which, are we working toward that right now? Yes, okay. We will be able to make an actual rain collector barrel with a tarp. With 6. Okay, cool. Well, once we level this up, once we get 300 more experience, we could make the better rain collector barrel. Basic tarp. Oh, you can use garbage bags as well? I did not know that. Let me... Possible items. This one is showing only the tarp as the possible items, but let's see. Tarp shelter is only showing that. The normal rain collector barrel. No, dude, you really, this is only showing tarps. It used to be garbage bags. Yeah, build 41, it was 100% you would use garbage bags to make a rain collector barrel. Okay, what do we got here? VHS. This is our butchering books, maintenance. Oh, look at that, maintenance level 4. There's for 7 and 8. Mechanics 1, 2, and 4. All of the flyers. Wow, okay, well, the egg cartons are still good. Are all of them? All of them are good. Even the other 9 eggs. Okay. So we have just a lot of eggs. And we have milk, so we can make butter. Beef jerky. Literally everything else has gone rotten. There's more of the good milk. I'll move that up. Let's move all of the good stuff up. Yep, everything else is rotten. All right, then we'll move the rotten food. Hey, look, cheese. The cheese is still good for some reason. All right. all get moved. Yep, and then we definitely still have like pasta, peanut butter, like all of that good stuff that we had collected. So good on us. Oh, and our broken saxophone. Now, downstairs, there was actually like decent building supplies. Welding rods, a hand drill, more of that light, box of nails. I want both of the nails. Because those are worth 100 a pop. There was the TV that we moved down here. More nails. I will take the hook. We'll load a bunch of this stuff in the car. What was that? Small punch and chisel set. And this is all just paint, handles, propane lantern bottles, wooden rods. All right, well, let's move some of that stuff up. Oh, man, is my fucking... I need to insert the battery again. Ugh. All right, I gotta conserve that power more efficiently. More respirator filters. I'll gladly... guess I can put them in the sewing kit. I'll take the mortar and pestle. Then you got a 9mm and stuff in here too. We'll leave that for now. Small protected military case that we have M9 with 2 rounds. We got a box of 308, more box of 9mm rounds. And on our bandolier, we are currently holding 50 rounds of 9mm ammo. Yes, and then I did leave my guns here. My M14 and my M1911, I believe. Or yeah, M9. I don't think that there was anything really left upstairs. I'll just double check. This was the bedroom I had been staying in. Heck yeah, okay. I open that up. We can take a look. Not really seeing anybody on that side of the neighborhood. Sweet. Looking out and across. Looking safe this way. And then if we were to look out this way, give us a little bit of a glance on the other side. See if I can see from here. Yep, can't really see any Zeds over there. So this is what I'm thinking. All right, I think that going from here into the you store it across the street with the sledgehammer is what we're going to want to do. And that'll give us an opportunity. And we're probably going to do that in the next episode. I think that next episode is going to be us moving down this way. And we're going to start scouring for more locations that we can find that generator book. But it's out there. Longer term goals, we will be driving to Echo Creek and establishing Camp Fultz. We still need to tap into the foraging. We were successful in finding our shotgun and our ammo, so I'm going to remove that. We have found a sledgehammer. We're going to remove that. We need to kill 1,000 zombies. I think that we are pretty close. Pretty close. We're almost halfway there. 425 Zeds killed. Ooh, I'm carrying a lot and my character's not happy about it. He'll survive. Okay. So we need to read up on our books that we have collected. We've done a little bit of that. So this visiting the liquor store in the west, the bookstore, the VHS store, that is all going to be on this side of town, which we have navigated a pretty decent amount of Maldra at this point. We found out that we lived right next to a blue generator, which is pretty decent, even though we already have a blue Jenny. But this trailer park over here will hold more of the keys toward tobacco. So we're gonna pose the question, is there tobacco in this area? All right, we have industrial. We need to search. Jenny Mag. It's gotta be somewhere over here, maybe. Okay. Yeah, and then there's the police station. Police station's gonna be over here. Yeah, we're gonna tap in and say bring sledge. And that sledgehammer is gonna be utilized right here. Our elementary school is pretty much tapped out at this point. All of our cans are still over here. There were a decent amount of Zeds. I'm gonna pop open the symbols. We were driving this way. I think there's a bunch of Zeds over here. Bar stuff is in this survivor house. This survivor house, I think, is the one that has the loom. Well, we got about 30 seconds left in this outro. I just want to take an opportunity to thank every single person that has joined in on the stream for, how long is this? 21 days, 8 hours in game, 425 Zeds killed. Francisco Fultz, the Frank Fultz Chronicles. I am just some dude on the internet. I hope that you've been enjoying this. If you have, click like, click subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.